Hello everyone, welcome to Views Battlegrounds. I'm Bobby B, and today we'll be looking at the GIJoe Classified Series Deluxe, number 78, Tripwire, Aspara, and MACLEOD. So I had high hopes looking at this going into it. Once I got my hands on it, it kind of faltered a little bit, but we'll talk about it. You guys can form your own opinions. That's why I do these, so you guys can check them out and see what you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. And you just hear me express my opinions in the background. But we're going to dive into it. So we get our first GIJoe explosive ordnance disposal expert. I mean, unless you count Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat's also EOD, right? But we get Tripwire. We get the bomb suit. If you guys have seen my other reviews, you guys know Big Brawler was my first GIJoe, and packed with Big Brawler was Tripwire. But Tripwire always took a back seat because he's a kind of a punk in the comic, or in the cartoon. He's kind of clumsy, a goofball. He's not a very exciting character to be like, oh yeah, that's my favorite. But some people like him, some people don't. Hearts and Minds, he is an absolute badass in Hearts and Minds. If you haven't read it, the Tripwire one, it's awesome, and it definitely changed how I looked at him. So I am a Tripwire fan based off Hearts and Minds. But let's dive into this classified figure, huh? He's going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, I believe. He's going to be a deluxe, so he's got that bigger packaging. We get our render here. We get our little laser from the early episodes in the cartoon when they're in that cave, when they fight the Snake Armors, and then Snake Eyes gets radiated or whatever. You get MACLEOD. You get Aspara. Get that artwork. You get his whole kit and caboodle right there. Artwork again on the side. Number 78, UPC. And then the back we get the whole loadout with showcasing the helmet and his rank insignia. He's going to be plastic tied in to the little cardboard coffin. Is that what the cool thing to call these things in? But you get that artwork on the back. I like it. I don't mind the plastic packaging. Obviously, I open them and then I order everything online, so I don't have to worry about repacking. But I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. You guys know what I mean. Then you get your weapons locker, which breaks down MACLEOD. Mobile armored control lever for explosive ordnance disposal. So, bomb tech robot, cool. Coming up with some kind of ridiculous acronym for it and a name. Why? It's just, it makes me question where all the resources are going. I get it. Classified's doing phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of the brand. Everybody is. I don't think there's anybody that actually hates it. Even the dudes that have companies that go against Classified are picking up Classified figures. So it's successful. But what if is that what our resources are going to? We couldn't just throw an EOD bot in here. We had to give it a name. There's no media. There's no canon right now for Classified. What we get is just what we hear at the panels and the live streams. It's unfortunate. But anyways, let's dive into this plethora of accessories and gear. So we'll start with the robot itself. Obviously, a 1/12 scale EOD robot is a blast. No pun intended. You get some articulation here, and this does rotate. You get some articulation here. You get some articulation at this top hook. Hook does not pinch or anything like that. And that's basically it. A little handle on it. Pretty fun. Not too much color besides this little red on the camera and the sensors right there. And that's it. So we took all that time to come up with that name, and then all we did was give it a couple points of articulation for the arm and a couple dabs of paint and called it good. That's what I'm talking about here. What is the manpower being wasted on right now? But it's fun. It's definitely something we could use. It's going to look great in dioramas, displays, and some action figure photography that people do. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We first saw the EOD bot. I think there was like an old one in the 80s, but they updated it with Tunnel Rat, the Renegades Tunnel Rat, I believe. And that one was a lot of fun. We'll talk about the what I hope to see with this in the future towards the end of the video here. So we get MACLEOD. Let's talk about Aspara, the bomb-sniffing rat. Okay, cool. I'm unfamiliar with this, if this is a comic thing or not. I know it's like a real thing. The British soldiers did it in the World War II and whatnot. This is a big freaking rat, though. Let me grab another animal to showcase here. All right. We got Timber. Everyone knows how big Timber is. I think just about everybody has Timber. Here's a sparrow next to him, so, okay. Small. He or she, small. Let's get Timber out of here. Let's grab Paulie. Paulie did not nearly get the love and articulation. Well, no, there's no articulation on this. I don't think the head moves at all. No. The love that we got with Aspara, besides getting a peg leg. But that's just so... But look at this. It's a big rat. You get them from like New York City, the ones you see scurrying across the ground in those videos on TikTok. So there's Aspara. Something different, something new, breath of life. Cool. We get our backpack. We get a couple different shades of green here. Everything's going to be this like flat gray. This looks, I can't get it to show up on camera, but it's like a flat gray. Backpack looks great. It's got a slot for the Minesweeper. I think it's the Minesweeper. Yep. Good to go. You get your blue in here. And that's going to be for these mines. So we'll touch on the mines real quick. The mines are this gray with silver on them, but they have this giant peg, so they can't sit flat. They're just like tops, unless you put them upside down, and then that color is pointless, and they lose all that sculpt work and stuff. So that's one mine pegs in. I don't know if I'm going to get that out now. Since you have two of them, I don't know where the second one's supposed to go. So, how am I going to get that out now? Huh. Like a button or something? Does the back open up? No? So anyways, that does that. So you can store one of them, not the second one. Unlike this one, which I would assume is basically the O-ring, they could hold three of them. And they can all peg on top of each other, which I expected this one to do. But it didn't. They have one peg. And I can't get this to attach back in here. So, yeah, that's going to be a weird marker too. Going to the Minesweeper. It's that gray with some green color under it. Doesn't look too bad. It's got all kinds of sculpt work under it. Got the arm guard, got the little control thing, and then got this. This does not move. I thought it would fold or not. It does not. And then it did come in plastic, so it's or cardboard, so it's pretty straight. But it looks pretty solid, pretty good. There's a hose that clips to it. It is the same hose we got with Dr. Mindbender, just in gray. The Mindbender one was in black. Then that can peg into the backpack, and then into the Minesweeper itself. Then if you want to get fancy with it, maybe clip it back in. And you're good to go. We get a little controller, I guess, for MACLEOD. Little joysticks, little antennas. No screen, though, on it at all. So, I don't know how he's watching that camera that's on it. And some sculpt work in the back. I wonder if this attaches somehow. Also, maybe not. It's got some grooves and stuff in it. Huh. So, let me show. Did I show off this? A little. Looks like a Minesweeper computer game. That's a fun little detail. So no screen, no nothing. I would honestly expect the one we got with Major Blood, or not Major Blood, Scrap Iron, but we get this thing, the Game Gear without a screen. So Kind of a letdown there, especially for this being a deluxe figure. Side armor getting 1911. It does have the port for blast effects. It looks alright, it's just this flat gray. Alright. Diving into it, we got our figure. We get 2 bomb collars. We get this thick one. We get this little one. We get our traditional tripwire helmet that looks awesome. And then we get our up-to-date, modernized EOD helmet that looks even awesome as well. Got some detail on the back there. It's got the blast shield. Looks like a light or something right there. It does not flip up, which would have been cool, but it still works. And then we get this big vest, this other big vest with less pouches. I guess more the OG look would be this one. And then the vests are going to work off this peg system. So you'll have it, and you'll try to work it, and you guys know how fun those can be. So we'll throw some of this stuff on him, and we'll take a look at him. Alright, so for the collars, they just float. There's no way to attach them, so you just got to line them up and kind of get them to stick how they stick. And they're kind of there. Here's the big bulky helmet. And then obviously we got pistol sheaths in. We got these daps. They got the molly webbing all over them. Different hooks, different pouches and stuff. They do come off. Same with these leg pieces. And the holster right there. Get some boots. Some green. There's that rank insignia. And the other side doesn't have anything. So that's the big one. Helmet just goes on. Collar. Let's go with this one. I'm going to take the head off for it. Alright, thank goodness I did that off camera because I cannot get this vest to clip to stay shut to save my life. But there's the other one. That collar, this one's looking all crazy now. You'll have to like heat it up and get some tweezers and pin it through. Work that doesn't need to be done. But for some reason that's what they decided to do. It's because it's flimsy PVC. So there's that. And there's that OG helmet with the smaller collar. So you can mix and match, set them up how you want for all your bomb disposal needs. Pretty fun, lots of playability. Definitely a lot of fun to have and to do and to use. Something that the display could definitely use a kick with. Here's our OG next to him. They kept the greens. They got all these grays. Maybe we'll see a regular release with, just the smaller armor and the smaller gear and everything, but in black instead of the gray. I don't know. We'll see what Hasbro got up its sleeve. As for repaint wise, I'd love to see all the up armor with a new head, and kind of a throwback to that 2008 SWAT convention set with maybe a repainted low light and a repainted who else? We get Bullhorn. Would need a Bullhorn in that set. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, Shockwave or Shock Blast at the time. They could throw him in. It'd be a lot of fun. Definitely using the EOD bot, get some use out of it. Get some use out of this mold and all this bulky bomb-resistant gear. So, I once asked a bomb tech how he stayed so calm, and he just said, simple, one wrong move, suddenly it's not my problem anymore. And it's a hell of a way to live. But until next time, load up, grab your kits. I'll see you on the battlegrounds.